Alrighty guys, let's go this way. This is an older model Chrysler 300. Okay, now this is the one that had the misfire on 1, 3, and 5, guys. We pull the cover and look what we see. Alright, y'all see that? This is how a timing belt can jump. Also, you see that pulley? That pulley has come apart. So this car is basically out of time, but belts don't just jump time for no reason. So it's got double problems. The tensioner pulley has come apart, and you can see the water pump starting to leak, and the coolant would get on the belt and make the belt jump. Okay, so you can have double trouble, guys. Now you can see this came from another shop. They put on new intake manifold. All of this stuff is new, guys, and we still have the same freaking problem. Okay, so that's when they hightail it over to the dealer. Now I told y'all what's the giveaway when this car is out of time. This is online mechanic tips, meaning I give out tips. So one of the best ways to tell if your engine is out of time, the telltale signs is vacuum. Okay, that's right, guys. Your engine cannot produce the proper amount of vacuum if it's not properly in time. It can be one tooth off. You're gonna have 16, 17, in some cases 15 inches of vacuum. Now we are typically below sea level, so normal what, 19 to 21? No, guys. First thing you do is look at vacuum if you got an engine problem. Now vacuum can mask other problems too, so don't solely go off of that. But once I see low vacuum, I'm automatically, and I know it's a timing belt driven car, like a timing chain though, you hardly ever hear of those jumping time, okay, because it's a chain. All right, how does a chain jump? Unless the tensioner give out. Now there are cases where the timing chain tensioner will give out and cause a chain to jump, but in this case this is a rubber belt. I mean, look at that coolant, guys. Coolant, we had problems with these all the time, so what we end up doing is replacing the water pump, the belt, and the tensioner pulley, and in some cases the tensioner. Remember I told y'all in the last video, the one I dodged the bullet, the pulley would give out before the freaking belt give out. The pulley will outlast the belt. I mean, the belt will outlast the pulley. That's what I'm trying to say. The pulley will give out before the belt give out, guys. So instead of every 100,000 miles on the timing belt, you got to focus on every 100,000 miles doing the tensioner. But yes, guys, brand new, and this was not cheap, guys. Okay, it was not cheap at all. But that's where we at on this one, guys. Nice engine, guys. The 3.5s did Chrysler very well. Now the Dagger was put in Chrysler's side by that 2.7 all aluminum engine. This is all aluminum also, but it was a different breed, guys. I am no big fan of the 2.7. They are done with that engine, but it's still some lurking on the road. So every now and then they will show up in the shop, and my manager already told us if it's internal, the estimate need to include a engine. They stopped us from working on. I can't even do a water pump on a 2.7. Y'all know how, well, I ain't gonna say how easy it is, but y'all know how gravy that is. Let me say it like that. That is gravy, but we can't do it. If a 2.7 car come in now and it's got a water pump leaking, a physical, you can visually see the water pump leaking. I am not allowed to write up a water pump. Okay, that's how badly we have been burnt with those 2.7. Okay, nagging, overheating, because if the water pump leaking, they likely overheated. It's an all aluminum engine. If they, depending on how much they let it overheat, they could have easily warped the head, so they will forever be in debt to a nagging, overheating problem. So manager is like, no more. After the last one, no more. If you need a water pump, it needs an engine. Now, guys, I have no control over the rules. Okay, so don't fight the messenger. All right, I have to. Now if this car showed up at Brothers Motors, yeah, we will explain. I always have to explain the difference between Brothers Motors and this establishment. We will talk with the customer and explain the risk on everything we do, so they will be up to speed. All right, it's all about communication, guys. If you ask me, it's really all about communication. If you can explain to the customer, look, it appears you need a water pump, but we can try and see what happened All right, this short, guys. I'm back at this Durango. Let's go up under here because we're gonna talk. Yes, guys, this is coming from this engine support. Okay, some will call it motor mount. It is not coolant. Yes, it looked like dried up, rusted coolant. No, but this is my personal customer. I take care of her car myself. Okay, so the coolant does not look rusted like this. So this is coming from the engine support. These are obviously hydraulic field engine motor mounts. I don't know. What's the advantage to that? I have to do some more research. Might have something to do with the suspension on this setup. But at any rate, I got to get, you can see right there, guys. Yes. Now, as far as this right here, yes, this is definitely my condenser leaking. But I only got that one side leaking, so I'm going to find out if she want to do both or just this one. But yes, guys, this is not dried up coolant. This is hydraulic fluid from the motor mount. All right, hashtag sure. Alrighty, guys, I got this transmission ready to go back in. Guys, a couple things I want to go through with you on what you should look for before you put the transmission in. All right, remember what we talked about earlier. This is a Pentastar. This is a 3.6 Pentastar. So if you see oil right in this area, guys, one could assume that right there, that oil filter adapter housing, that oil cooler is leaking. I don't see any oil in this area, so yes, this oil cooler is fine as far as leak go. Now, another thing you should look out for, debris around in this area right here, guys. If you see any kind of dust or debris right in this area, this flywheel is coming apart in that circle part. All right, if you move this little shield right here, you will likely see cracks in the flywheel. Okay, in fact, just bang on the flywheel like that. If it crinkles or make a little noise, yes, it's failing. It's on its way out. All right, so that's a couple of things you should look out for before you put the transmission in. Any kind of oil around in this area, remain sealed. All right, everything looks fine, so I'm about to go in with the transmission. Shorts, real quick, guys. As you can see, I'm doing a radiator, okay, in this Wrangler. Now, guys, let me go over a quick online mechanic tips. As you can see, the connection port for my fans and everything like that, this radiator, there's no threads, okay? These are self-tapping plastic ports. So my tip to you guys is to go ahead and make your self-tapping, go ahead and make your threads now while you have the radiator out in the open. So I see right there, there's no threads. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and self-tap, make some threads, as opposed to trying to do it on the car. Go ahead and do it while you have the radiator out in the open, because you will be fighting for space and fighting for everything else, trying to get all of that on, put the fan on, and make your self-tapping threads while you do it. So that's a quick online mechanic tips. I think I got one more to do right here. I already done these, so yeah, keep that in mind when you're doing a brand new radiator that do not have the threads already in the self-tapping ports. Go ahead and make your threads now. Shorts, real quick, guys. Listen, I'm doing a side job, right? Ticker job, rock arm, 24 rock arms. Y'all saw those videos, at least I hope. Well, guys, let me tell you something. When you in the middle of grabbing some tools to come home and do the job, you try to do your best to make sure you don't forget nothing. Well, I forgot one of the main freaking tools every mechanic should have, even at home, even in your glove box. Everywhere in your house should be one of these. And I don't have one, not nowhere, okay? So, I got a little lucky, though. Now, what I'm doing is the PCV valve. Y'all know it has those little bitty screws on it. In the middle of trying to take one off, one fail. Oh my goodness, you talking about lucky. I don't have a magnet. Guys, y'all see I'm at home, right? I'm in the driveway. I got down right here. Oh my goodness, you talk about. Not only did it fall right in my present, it didn't roll down. All right, so let me grab that thing, man. I got work to do, man. I can reach it from here. All right, guys, I'll see y'all in the next video.